Hey, I'm Drew Whitmer. I'm from jclay.co. It's a sustainable design build company, and this is my house, the Longview.
This video is sponsored by Bioptimizers. Go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/FLORB to get a 20% discount using coupon code FLORB20.
Grew up in Florida working with my father, who was a general contractor. Decided I want to do a little bit more, had some more creativity, so I got a degree in interior design. After that, I launched my own company, jclay.co. I started building tiny houses because I've always been into sustainability. We're building these giant houses now, and I just think we can do a lot more with less. Looking at rent prices in Denver and whatnot, I'm like, well, it'd be fun to have one of these for myself. I worked with this guy that was on Extreme Home Makeover, and through that connection, got us connected with Tiny House Nation, the TV show. After that, I started thinking, what would I want in a tiny house? So this is a house designed by and for a designer. I wanted something to be a lot more mobile, take it out on the weekends, move it around quite easily. And so this is what I came up with. I lived in it for a while I was working on it. Living in it really helps you decide what you really need, what you don't need, and really dial the space in. I wanted it to be as light and movable as possible, so I built it on a 16-foot long trailer-made trailer. The height of it comes out to about 11'4", which 13.6 is the max, and then it's about 8'1" wide. It's got a custom steel frame that was printed by TrailerMade. They basically take in flat metal, pre-cut it to length, and pre-drill it, and so me and a couple buddies framed the thing in about a day and a half on a weekend. I put a 1/2 inch of rigid foam on the interior of my house between the studs and the interior sheeting, and then I air sealed all that as well. Head height up front of 6 feet, and that's in the shower, works perfectly. And then that gets raked up to the loft, which is 10 feet from the floor on the interior. And then the two ends, I wanted to do cantilevers, but I didn't want just 90-degree right angles. So in my design software, I kicked them out, and I really liked the look of it, and that's kind of how the shape was inspired. Nice seating area and some color-changing LEDs on the exterior. On the back, we have this nice drop-down deck that is part of your wall, folds up seamlessly. All reclaimed wood from my jobs. That was a 150-year-old barn that was used in a brewery in Denver. We also have this nice fold-out awning. Curtains come down, and the awning just folds against the back of the house, nice and flat, easy to travel. The other main wall of the house, I didn't put any openings on it and just did white metal. You're parked on a street, helps you blend in. A lot of times people don't even know it's a tiny house. Looks like some sort of custom toy hauler or something. And all of that paneling, that's reclaimed from a large brewery cooler, just some leftover panels that didn't get used, so I salvaged the metal and cut it to fit. On the front, we have a utility room. It's really nice to keep all your solar stuff in. Got 370 amp hour lithium ion batteries, Renogy 100 amp MPPT charge controller, and a 3000 watt Renogy inverter charger. We have a toaster oven built into the wall. You'll see that into the kitchen. Great use of space there. And then this is also a great spot to have your skis. You can have some tools in here. And we also have the breaker box in there as well. Then on the roof, I was able to fit 12 100 watt panels. Dimensions of the panels make it so that 5 of them are the exact dimension of the house width-wise. So that's why I went with the 100 watts. That's pretty much it on the outside. Let's go take a look at the interior. As you come in the interior here, we have the bathroom right to the right. It's nice because the tile floor works really well for a mud room in the winter. A lot of times I take my boots off, put them in there, and as the snow melts, you can just wash it down with the shower. The toilet is around the corner in there, and then plenty of storage. whoever buys this tiny house, I will install the toilet that they're looking for, but the cassette style just seemed to work fine for my uses. I really wanted to keep the house light, so the bathroom is half metal, half aluminum, and then I do have a few large solid tiles, which the large field tiles, the 24 by 48s, they're actually lighter than if you were to have tile 12 by 12s, that same size. I did have cedar in there at one point, just didn't hold up, so eventually I went with the tile, and I'm really happy with how it performed. Nice chalkboard on the front. You can write your grocery list or motivational saying. We have nice solid countertop. This is again a 2 foot by 4 foot tile that I cut to fit the induction cooktop and the sink in that. Currently doesn't have tanks. I was always connected to like a sewer clean out at campgrounds or just out in the woods. But if you would like some gray water and black water tanks, I can definitely add those. Also note that the water heater is actually up under here, and that's a 4-gallon electric water heater. Very efficient. It's enough to do a load of dishes, enough to take a shower. Do that a couple times during the day, and it doesn't affect your battery at all. Even a few times at night, you can get by with the panel system charging your water. We do have a full dorm style fridge, so we have a freezer up top. I can get about 3 days worth of food. Also put in a drawer for storage. Totally empty right now. And then as you travel, you know, you can get mice and whatnot. It only happened once while I traveled. So I put the food in these dedicated cabinets that I made out of reclaimed materials. And what's nice is they pull out and you can actually sit here and eat or work on your laptop. Definitely done some design work here. We have a built-in convection toaster oven, and again, 2 foot by 4 foot tile for the backsplash there. I really like this feature. We took the reclaimed wood and I built these slats that you wash your dishes and then you just set them up there, and that's where they live and that's where they dry. It seems to work well. Also use just basic office organization, things that you can purchase at any store to hold our silverware. Another great feature I like is the plant shelf. I've always loved plants. They brighten the space up so much, and so I built a dedicated plant shelf. That lights up at night, and then we also have one hidden underneath that shelf there. So I built this little shoe bench. You've got 2 racks down here that you can store all your shoes there. This is also your junk drawer. Got hooks for keys, all that. Everybody needs a junk drawer. And then we've got the main switches for the house, exterior, and then the 2 main circuits on the lower level. And then I also did a full-length mirror here with these really cool touch light features. I built this kind of for my girlfriend so she could do her makeup here if she's got a spot to plug in her curling iron or straightener. So then this is the loft living room area. I pull out that little transition board there just to keep it even, but pull that out, deck comes up, and it seamlessly blends in with that old reclaimed barnwood there. Also, I did tons of storage. This is all reclaimed wood, old pallets from brewing equipment that I helped unload. Old rafters, 100-year-old building in Denver, level 1 productions. Office organization baskets, and then just a simple T-molding that keeps those up in there. On this side, you have the sofa, and like I said, this is just a basic platform I built, so the entire box underneath is empty. You could put a water tank in there. It's a great spot for extra bedding. And then I also built a separate ladder that you can pull off the wall very easily, just hooks on 2 screws there. The way I normally take is this is actually a ladder, and I only use 1 rung of it. But put 1 foot there, all in one motion, and you're up. Up here in the loft, we have this nice upholstered headboard. That's removable, and there's more storage behind that for off-season clothing. One of my favorite features in this house is the skylight up in the loft. You know, you go to bed at night and you leave that open, you're sleeping under the stars. It's the best sleep I've ever had. You can get up on the roof and do yoga or watch the stars, read a book. Very comfortable queen-size bed. It's actually just sitting on 2 sheets of plywood that I laminated and screwed together. So it's recessed into the floor, which is gives you extra head space, and it's very comfortable. Lots of reclaimed wood up here. We have 3 feet of hang space. And then the tray all along the bottom, you can roll up clothing. I had all my t-shirts, my jeans, socks, all that folded up in there. I'd say the biggest lesson, the biggest takeaway in this, and it applies to almost any job I do, slow down, take your time, don't get ahead of yourself. It's gonna take a while. Tiny houses are very much challenged to build. You know, something as simple as you go in with a sheet of plywood and realize you have the wrong orientation, and so you have to walk back out of the house, flip the sheet, and then walk back in to install it. So just take your time. You know, you might not hit your target deadline of when you're finished, especially if it's for yourself, but just keep working on it. Work on your space plan quite a bit. Really think of, you know, as best as you can, the layout. Try not to waste space on hallways and stuff like that. You don't have the room for that. My next house will probably be a SIPS panel house. It's a very fast way to build, very light and very efficient. And so I think the next one, it's cost a little bit more, but you'll save so much time and headache constructing it.
What's the #1 mineral to beat stress, fatigue, and get better sleep? Magnesium. But not just any magnesium. This Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers is one that blends all 7 essential forms of magnesium into one effective supplement so that you can relax more, stress less, sleep deeper, and experience more peace throughout your day. Most magnesium supplements fail because they use synthetics or preservatives. When you get all 7 critical forms of magnesium, your body gets a serious upgrade from your brain to your sleep, pain and inflammation, and muscle tension. With this one simple action, you can reverse magnesium deficiency in all of its forms and start feeling the benefits quickly. Go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/FLORB and get a 20% discount using offer code FLORB20. Even better, Bioptimizers is also giving away free bottles of their best-selling products, P30M and Mass Enzyme, with select purchases. So check out the links in the description or the pinned comment and get a discount and a free product. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.